Hi guys, Liza Hudson here from Landing Page Guys, and welcome to another free landing page audit session. So guys, before I jump into the pages, just a couple of things as normal. If you're currently watching this in YouTube and you're not a member of our Facebook group, after this video, head on over to Facebook and search landingpagelab.com. It's a totally free group to join. In there, you're going to find loads of tips and tricks. There's some great conversations going on in there. Plus, it's anything and everything to do with CRO. And guys, if you are in the lab, but you haven't actually been over to our YouTube channel yet and subscribed, then make sure you head on over, click subscribe, and don't forget to hit the notification bell, because in there, you're going to find loads of great content. Plus there's lots and lots of these audits, and it's just a really, really sick site. So please come on over and subscribe. So guys, for those of you that haven't been here before, what's about to happen is I have chosen 6 pages at random from links that guys have been dropping into the lab over the last week. I've opened them up. I'm going to have a proper look at them for the first time today. I'm then going to run through each of these pages, and I'm going to give you guys some really actionable feedback that if you take away and implement today, you will see an uplift in your conversion rate. So we do these sessions and we always kind of keep track and get the feedback from you guys. And honestly, the success stories are insane. So I absolutely love doing these sessions. So guys, with me as always today, I have my 2 trusty tools. The first one being tools.pingdom.com. So this is a great little free tool. You guys can use it as well, and it will just give you an idea of how quickly your pages are loading. And of course, I also have with me builtwith.com. So this is a cool little site because it shows us what you're making your pages with, whether that's connective or sticky or Shopify, WordPress, you name it. Plus it will show you kind of what apps are going on in there and that as well. So without further ado, let's go to the first page, which obviously is a necklace. So guys, again, for those of you that haven't been here before, sorry to those of you who know how this works, we actually work to something called the AIDA principle. It's one of the things that we always apply to a page. And what that means is that above the fold, you are going to be capturing your consumer's attention. You're then going to start to pique their interest with this engaging content. Then you're going to sort of create that sense of desire around your product or service. And then, of course, give us that big repeat call to action. So that's the A, the I, the D, and the A. So here, this page is a Shopify and it's on Pagefly, and let's have a little look at the speed. Well, that's crazy fast, so that's really good. So let's look at the page itself. So off the get-go, guys, I can see there's a couple of things here that we can do to help you guys push the needle up in the direction you are looking to move. What I would say is it's a cute image. It's a nice product by the looks of it. It's quite an emotive product. Leave the door open necklace. So I like the product, but straight off, I would say you need to move your imagery, guys. So if you look at your padding at the top, to the right, to the left, it's different everywhere. You want this image to nicely fit within the hero section and have the nice sort of appropriate padding, sort of top and bottom as well. I think what would also be good, guys, is, and let me just have a look. Have you? Yeah, you've got it in different colors. So I would also have some thumbnails here. Just so people can see like what the different colors are as well. So you definitely need to bring your imagery down and make sure it's just fit in that section nicely. This, your title, this is something that we see all the time. So this is an absolute description of what your product is, which is necessary and cool. But what we need to do, guys, is we need to use a benefits-driven statement. So what's the main benefit of me purchasing this necklace? Well, it's going to be something beautiful or a gift or a memento, whatever the emotive term is. You just need to use an emotive headline. Then this is great. This is awesome to see that you've got these 5 stars and you're telling me it's out of 350. Personally, I would elongate this. If this is genuinely 5 stars for 350 reviews, that's fantastic. If you have like 4.8 or 4.7, then grey out the 5th star, because people just see that as being more authentic. And what you want to do is just elongate this here. So you've got 5 stars out of 350 happy necklace owners. So again, we're using the term happy to imply they're happy with the service, but they're also happy with the product. So just pull that one out. With your pricing, guys, I would definitely do a strike through pricing as well. So sort of retail versus recommended retail. People like to feel that they're having a deal. So if you can show that on the page, then that's absolutely great. And also, if you're doing savings, try and pop the monetary saving rather than a percentage there as well. Great to see you're using these bullet points here. I think you could maybe make those stand out a bit more, maybe use some ticks. But yeah, I think it's quite nice. An adorable gift for a lover. I think that's lovely. A classic must-have necklace. Jewelry is notoriously difficult to do in the kind of benefits, but I think you're doing a good job there, which is great. Your call to action, I think personally I would change the color. I think this seems to be quite similar to your color palette. So I would have that to switch that. You can use like the Amazon gold, although you have a lot of gold, or the green. I mean, there's loads of colors, but we know those two work particularly well. It's awesome to see you've got your trust proof here. I think that's absolutely fab. Make sure you get an emoji on your call to action as well, guys. And also add to cart is not as high converting as it used to be. So something like get mine now, grab mine now, or add mine now, just something that adds the emotional and the imperative to it on your call to action. The other thing, guys, you need to get up here is a testimonial above the fold. This is a sales page. You need to have that social proof on top of these 5 stars. So grab yourself a testimonial and get that above the fold as well. As we go down, this is a very clean little section you have here. The use of icons to text is absolutely spot on. So the more kind of visual it is, the better these days, the sort of less text heavy, the more people are going to engage with it. I think what you need, let me just have a look. Yeah, you don't have, is you want to pop in a 1, 2, 3 step. Now you can either have that straight after here, or you can have it further down. It's entirely up to you, but you want to have it quite far close to your hero section, because what you're trying to do is pique people's interest and just say, right, how easy is this going to be for me to actually get this product? So it's really straightforward, guys. You just literally need a number 1 with some sort of icon, and then it's going to be, you know, purchase your necklace. 2 is going to be, we'll deliver it to you in however long. And then 3 is going to be, you're going to benefit from, you know, feeling great or feeling loved or having an awesome gift. So step 1 is what the consumer does. Step 2 is what you will do. And then step 3 is how the consumer will benefit again from using your product. As we go down now, you're trying to pique my interest. So obviously you're giving me some content here. I like your icons. I think they're nice. It's nice to see the necklaces in different colors, but guys, your call to action. So you've changed it. So make sure you keep it absolutely consistent all the way through. This does not stand out at all. So make sure you've got a really strong call to action. Get yourself your kind of social proof underneath there. And then of course, you can also put your payment seals there as well if you like. So emoji, change the color, switch the call to action, make sure it's the same, plus your social proof and trust seals. As we go down, you are still talking about the product. Obviously, you're going into some of the features here. When you're doing large blocks of text, guys, just make sure that you're sort of like bolding out any of the words that you want people's eyes to be drawn to, because it's just a little bit more engaging. Same thing applies to all of your call to action. So you need to just change all of these and make sure you get the emojis on there. In terms of, loads of information. That's a really nice color. That's lovely. You definitely need the thumbnails on your hero section, guys. So again, you're still piquing my interest, The same thing applies to all of your call to action. So just make sure you're keeping it consistent. Your alignment here is a bit strange. It just seems like the way you've used the padding, so there's not as much padding over this side. It's almost better to keep it central if you're going to, sort of, rather than all over the place. But I mean, the content's really nice. It's clean and it's pretty. You then go into your guarantee. That's fine. And then you go down into the desire section. Love it. So desire section is absolutely crucial. Social proof is key for selling your product. So really nice to see you've got this. Obviously, you've got some nice, genuine images as well. If possible, guys, you don't have to, but if possible, when you've got loads of reviews, like you've got pages of them here, try and get them onto a carousel. And the reason we say that is because if you're on a mobile view, you don't want to be scrolling and scrolling forever. The chances are you might not get to the bottom. So if you can, pop them on a carousel, and it just makes it that bit kind of cleaner. I would then pop another call to action in here. here, guys, again, with the social proof, the stars, the emojis, and the trust. And then you go down into frequently asked questions. So you're absolutely hammering it on the principles. The one thing I would say, though, guys, is this text here, it's tiny. And also with the colouring, it's very, very difficult to read. So perhaps think about either bolding this or increasing your font size slightly, because that's awfully small. And then you come down to your final repeat call to action. As you can see, guys, it's a little bit flat. You've got all the way down here and you're saying buy now, but there's nothing to kind of back it up. So you can do it in two ways. You can do it simply as a buy now, but make sure that you get the emoji on there, the stars underneath, and the payment icons. Or you can reiterate your hero section. So you can go again with the image, again with all of those nice little benefits, then your call to action, social proof, and trust proof. So a few little bits that you guys can do on there. The main thing is your call to actions, adding in your 1, 2, 3, and just watching your hero section for sure. But really nice. And I can't wait to see how you guys change. So let's move on to number 2. And now I've actually seen the original version of this page before, and it looks like loads of changes have been made. So this is really exciting. And let's just pop that one in. So this is a WordPress. So that we've got a WordPress one. WordPress is great in terms of like you've got a lot of freedom and control over your design in WordPress. So huge fan of that. So let's check your time. Okay, so it's loading. It's okay, but it's not great. Ideally, you want to get that to sub 2 seconds. I think probably because I saw a video there, you might want to make sure you're compressing down that video as much as humanly possible. In fact, yeah, you need to compress your images for sure. Now, you know, we did a case study actually where this guy, he literally just went through his page and compressed all of his images, and he had a 2-second uplift in his speed. So it was 2 seconds quicker just from compressing those images. And honestly, guys, his conversion rate just went through the roof. So just make sure you're always taking that into account, because page speed is very, very quick wins when it comes to conversion. So let's go to the page itself. As I said, guys, I know that I've audited this Be Productive in a previous video, so I'm going to put this in because it's great to see the changes. So first thing I would say is really great you have a video. Videos are awesome for selling your products or your service. The only thing I would say here is I would still potentially take this video, move it up slightly, and get yourself a call to action button here. So I know you're giving us a directional cue, but you still want to see that call to action above the fold straight away. And also you still need to get yourself a little bit of social proof up here. So whether that's a testimonial or the stars underneath your call to action, definitely think about working that onto the hero. But this is loads cleaner. This is really nice. This is so much cleaner and easier to read than the last time I saw. So I like the way you're presenting your information. Great call to action. I love the trust. Awesome to see you've got the saving here. What I would do is add in the monetary saving here as well. We find people really like to see like how much money they're saving. So rather than a percentage, you know, if they're saving $200, it might seem like easy maths, but make it clear, write it out, you know, you're saving $200. So that's a nice section. Then as we go down, this is yourself. I like this. I think it's very engaging. Your use of icons and text is spot on. Really, really good little section. And again, you're repeating your call to action, which is great. And then we go down into get access in 3 easy steps. Fantastic. So this is that 3-step process we were talking about. So what have you said? Head over to checkout, check your email, enjoy your SOPs. Absolutely brilliant. What you might want to try doing, and this isn't going to be majorly huge in terms of the way it might impact your conversion, but personally I think maybe switch this section around so that you have the 1, 2, 3 before this, just so that people are seeing straight away how easy it is before we give them kind of a bit more info. But that's not the be all and end all, but that's just an idea that you might want to try moving forwards. But you've absolutely nailed it having that there, so that's fantastic. Great with the call to action again. And going down into the desire section, absolutely brilliant. I love the way you've got videos and written reviews. So videos are just the most awesome, like for conversion, you know, video testimonials are absolutely brilliant, as long as you have the text ones as well. Because again, if you're on a mobile phone, you might not have time or want to listen to it. So this is a really nice combination. I think you've got the mix absolutely spot on, and you've presented that really nicely. So that's a lovely section. I would make sure you put another call to action here after your desire section, and again backing it up with the trust, and then you go down into FAQs, which is fantastic, and you repeat call to action. So really nice. Lots of changes there. I can't wait to hear how this one is doing. Definitely add in a call to action here, and something which you just definitely need to add in as well is you need to get your star rating. So, you know, however happy SOP people there are out there, make sure you're getting your star rating around your call to action as well. So really nice. Just a couple of little points there, and yeah, I can't wait to hear how you're getting on with this page. So moving on to number 3, that is the world's longest URL, and let's drop that in here. So, oh my gosh, we're halfway through, guys. So guys, if you're in YouTube and you think, oh, I'd like to get my page done in one of these, well, all you need to do is head on over to the lab and ask to join. And then what happens is every couple of weeks, I'll drop a post and you guys can drop your links, and then it could be your page that you're seeing here. And then, of course, guys, if you're in the lab and you're not subscribed to YouTube, do make sure you head on over and hit the subscribe button. Okay, so we had another Shopify loading ridiculously quick. So you guys are nailing this. And let's have a look at the page itself. Okay. So I'm going to cheat, guys, and I am going to translate this into English just because it's easier for me to kind of do, in all honesty. So let's look at the page itself. So this is clearly a product page. Guys, if you're driving traffic and you're paying for your traffic, send them to a direct response sales page. It will outperform a product page every single time, just because of the simple fact you don't have any of this navigation. There's no distractions. It's all about that one product. But still, we understand people do drive to product pages, so there's still ways of optimizing it. Off the get-go, the first thing I'd say is actually this is one of the better pages that I've seen in terms of a product page. I think you're doing quite well. Obviously, you know, we've all got this padding restrictions, but the image is nice and clear. I like the way you have the different colors available. I think the thumbnails are great. So that's really nice. Potentially decrease the size of this image and get all your thumbnails up here. But yeah, really nice. This is great. We recommend this all the time, products in stock. So I think that's really nice. Obviously, you've got some sort of, what's this? Choose a color, special offer, buy 3. Obviously, the English isn't translating so well. So basically, if you buy 3, you get some sort of special offer. Okay. The way you've laid all this out is actually really nice. You know, choose your color, that's fine. I think you've presented this very well. Your trust is fantastic and your call to action is great. Again, you know, I would change the add to cart, you know, sort of get mine now is going to be way better. But brilliant use of emojis, brilliant everything there, really. Your headline, handmade Tibetan Buddhist happiness bracelet. I know that that is an absolute description, but the simple fact that you've got happiness bracelet in there, it actually makes it more emotive already. So I think that's quite good. Your 6 stars, again, 5 stars out of 6 reviews. Elongate this. So personally, I would get rid of this one down here because it just looks a bit cluttered. And I would take this text and put, you know, 5 stars out of 6 spiritual and trendy souls. So use that emotive terms with this star rating and take this one away because it just looks a little bit busy around here. Also, I would ditch this bit of text that you can see down here, push that down the page and get yourself a genuine testimonial above the fold with an image of the person that's got the bracelet. Then as we go down, you should be piquing my interest. This is a typical product page where it's all right aligned with all this dead real estate. I guess that's the beauty of custom because we can use all of this space, but pretty typical if I'm honest. Let me just have a little read. So the lucky bracelet, beads are made of copper, brings a connection. Okay, so this is some nice content there actually, you know, it's like positive, supportive, these are all buzzwords, you know, like the copper bringing us the connection. So you're highlighting the right words, and these are buzzwords, but it's a bit too texty, guys. You need to get yourself some sort of icons in there to just break up that text, and that will make that look more engaging. And ideally, we want to be using all of this space to kind of present this image rather than having it in a line. You know, the fact that you've got a tree planting campaign is a major selling point, but it's not doing it any justice in this little piece of text here as well. Also, your offer isn't overly clear. So again, guys, you just need to break this up, use some icons, use some imagery to show that these are separate sections and what's going on. As we go down, you should still be piquing my interest. So you start to tell me about the product details, different offers. Then we go down into product suggestions. Okay, so product page, totally understand. You're going to try and direct them around your store, which is why we don't recommend you run to a product page, but this is okay. It's not too bad. It's quite clear. If you're going to have it, make sure that you've got a call to, here you go, you've got a call to action on there, nice and clear. So that's good. And I like your star rating with the pricing. So that's a nice way of presenting your related products. I think you've done a great job there. I would have another call to action, by the way, because we've gone through all of this text and there's been no repeat call to action. Now, I understand you have the sticky, but we still recommend popping in an actual call to action as well on the page as you go through, just to break it up. Then you go down into your design section, which is fantastic. Really nice that you've got some images. Just watch your design here, guys. Try and keep it sort of all in line, because it just looks a little bit kind of disjointed, but really nice little section. Great that you've got these. If you can get some more images, that would be fantastic. Then you want to get yourself another repeat call to action. So grab mine now, make sure you put the stars underneath it and or the payment seals and icons. And then guys, what you need to add in here is your frequently asked questions section. So never leave it buried in your footer. Never give someone an excuse to walk away and kind of have to Google this stuff. So get yourself your sort of top 5 questions on the page itself, and then give a nice big repeat call to action. So as it goes, product pages, this is probably one of the nice ones that I've seen. I think you've done a good job. It's more about whether you can find a way to use this spacing. And if not, make sure that you're breaking this text up using some icons, and definitely get yourself a testimonial above the fold as well. But actually a really nice page and a lovely little product as well by the looks of it. So what's this? A demo story. We all know, sorry, I'm just reading it as I go. And what's this one built with? Okay, sorry about that. There we go. Right, so I love it when you guys have Hotjar on there. You get good data. So let's see, what's this? Webflow. Amazon. Okay, so we have Webflow, and let's have a look at speed. Okay, so the speed is really good, 1.34 seconds. You guys are absolutely nailing it on the speed today. So that's really, really cool. Now let's look at the page itself. First thing it says it's very clean, very visual. I like your color scheme. I think your branding is lovely. Really, really crisp. So it's nice to see that, which is great. Your call to action color, it's part of your branding. So again, we would still recommend changing this, because as you can see, in actual fact, whilst this is a large call to action, and that should be absolutely great in terms of size, it's feeding into these other kind of purple points you're trying to pull out. So I think I would change your call to action color and make sure that it's a different color from your color palette itself. We all know what incognito mode is used for. It's not send software. Deliver the entire demo in the same window. Okay, so you're kind of telling me a bit about it. I think what would be great, guys, is if you could get in some benefits as to why I would want to use this. You're just telling me like that it's not something and that I can use this instead, but what's the big benefit? I think you might have them here, but it's not very clear. So perhaps maybe have a slight rethink on that. But either way, the only thing that I would say you absolutely need to do above the fold is you need to get some social proof on here. So whatever your star rating is, guys, make sure that that's on the page itself. Definitely get yourself a testimonial above the fold. And also, because you're asking for people's details, you need to have some trust here. So trust for this type of thing comes in many forms. It could be things like anyone that you've kind of worked with. It can be the Norton and McAfee seals, all of these kind of things that show you're not going to be spammed, and that, you are trusted for us to give you your our details. So definitely get yourself some trust above the fold, and definitely get yourself a star rating and a testimonial. And I think your call to action is a good call to action, but definitely get yourself an emoji on there and switch up the color. But really nice, really clean, in all honesty. Then as we go down, you should be trying to pique my interest. Why won't that scroll? Okay, excuse me. Okay, so it's scrolled really slowly. I apologize for that. So now it's gone crazy. Right, so now you should be trying to pique my interest. Go back, Liza. See how it works, build demos, tell stories. Your headline, your text, it doesn't look like a headline. I would make this way bigger and put it into like a stronger font, just so you can see that this is a headline as opposed to just going down into another sort of section of the page. But absolutely awesome that you've got a video. Really like videos, so that's cool. I like to see the fact that you are repeating your call to action all the way through. Again, make sure you switch the color, get the emojis, and I would definitely add your star rating underneath your calls to action. Then as we go down, again, you're piquing my interest. You're giving me more kind of content here. I like the way you've made that sort of interactive, which is nice. Not too much text, which is great. So again, you're still piquing my interest. I personally would have another call to action there. Then we go into what makes you guys so great. This is a nice section. This is super, super clean. There's a lot of padding either side, so everything's centralized, but I think that's really, really nice. Your icons are great. It's very, very engaging. And then we go down, we're at the bottom. So we go down into your final call to action. Okay, so there's a few things I think we can actually do here, which would be really positive, guys. So the first thing is at the bottom of the page here, if you're using a form, make it look like a form. So make this absolutely stand out. So whether you do it in an inverse color, switch up your call to action color and get your social proof stars underneath just to back it up, plus saying that their privacy is guaranteed. You need to add a frequently asked questions section onto the page. So go big call to action, frequently asked questions section above that. You then need to add in a desire section. You have no social proof for this page whatsoever, guys, and it's going to be harming your conversion rate. So we all need to see that other people are engaging with your product or your service, and without that, you're kind of just missing a sale. So get yourself a desire section on the page, probably here, and get at least 3 testimonials on the page itself. Then obviously you've got all of your content, which is fine. Definitely work on your heading here. I think you guys would also benefit from popping in a 1, 2, 3 section and just break down the process for people. So 1, sign up now. 2, try it for free for however long. 3, you're going to have an easier life by using this demo story. So again, talk about what the consumer needs to do, how they're going to get access, what they're going to get, and then, of course, how they are going to benefit. So I think that would definitely help. And with your hero section, definitely switch up your call to action color, get an emoji on there, get some social proof on there, and also get some trust on there as well. But overall, really nice, clean page. Just a few little things that I know you guys can tweak to push it up even higher. So what's this one? Thief alert. Loving the yellow banner. Let's get that in here. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, so what have we got here? Okay, so this is unbounce, and let's have a look. And 2.4 seconds. So again, not too bad at all. So this is cool. So let's have a look at the page itself. So thief alert. First impressions, it's very busy. It definitely catches your eye, that's for sure. So that's a positive. It just does look a little bit kind of busy. So you've got some great components here. You know, it's great that you've got this testimonial above the fold. The image of the product is kind of cool. Your call to action is very strong in terms of color, and you have the nice emoji. Obviously, you're showing the striked out pricing, which is good. So yeah, you've got some great stuff here. It just looks a little bit kind of busy and crazy. This up here, so you've got this banner, reserve it now, get 30% off, offer ends in. There's a lot of debate at the moment as to whether or not these are worth doing now in terms of conversion, and whether they are actually sort of harming your conversion rate. So I would test this idea. So essentially, people are much wiser now to the fact that, you know, if this runs down to eight minutes and it runs down, you know, basically they're still going to be able to purchase this product. And a lot of people realize that now and can sort of get slightly put off by it. So be wary of these guys, but test it, you know, try it with it, try it without it. Maybe think about switching it around and not, you know, doing the offer. And this is a genuine offer, of course. And making sure you put something like you've qualified to get 30% off on launch day. So again, using emotive terms, but I love the yellow. I think it really hits you in the face. So I think that's really, really good. Your headline, I think, you know, the dynamic headline is fine, absolutely fine. I think this would look nicer in a sort of straight lined out list as opposed to centrally aligning it all, because that's why it's looking a little bit busy. So maybe bullet point this out. This is cute little icon, you know, it is kind of cute, but I think really you want to move that up, bring your call to action up slightly, and make sure that you are getting your payment icons under here. Plus you need to get your social proof above the fold. So what's your star rating as well as this testimonial? So grab your star rating out of however many, you know, protected clients or whatever it might be. So get your star rating, definitely get yourself some payment icons. Your pricing, personally, I would put it above the call to action rather than underneath it. It just makes more sense visually to have your pricing first. But yeah, other than that, I mean, you've got all the great elements. It's just a case of sort of tweaking it around in terms of the layout and adding in that trust with your payment icons. This is some awesome trust you have going on, guys. Featured in is absolutely brilliant, but I would still put your payment icons in, and I would definitely be bringing that up to make sure it's not all looking too squished in the middle there. Then you go down in here, you're going to start telling me about the engaging content. No doubt you'll tell me right now, theft is rising. Okay, so here you are marketing the problem, and hopefully you are going to sell me the solution, which you absolutely are. So you've nailed it in terms of the right way around. We see that the wrong way around so many times. Again, I think you'd benefit from the same as all the other pages. We haven't had one actually show you yet, funnily enough, but get yourself a 1, 2, 3 in here. So basically, you know, reserve it now. We'll get it to you in however long. 3, you're going to feel protected and peace of mind. So get yourselves a 1, 2, 3 section in, but nice content. I like the way you're marketing the problem and the solution. Great use of icons and text here. I think that's absolutely great. Again, this pricing underneath is just not working for me personally. I would definitely have your pricing above, and underneath really what you want are those payment icons, because that's what people trust, and that's what people kind of just need to keep reinstilling in their heads as they go through the page. Then we go down. That's a great image. So that's a good bit of fun. It's kind of showing everything that you're protecting. Oh, and we've hit the bottom of the page. Okay, so what you guys need to do is after your interest section here, you need to get yourselves a desire section in here. So you need a minimum of 3 testimonials on the page, guys, and that's instantly going to increase your conversion rate. If this is a new product, if you haven't sold any yet, that you can still get reviews. So you can get a friend to try it out. You can do giveaways, all these kind of things to get you reviews. There's no excuse not to have reviews on your page these days, guys. And honestly, it makes such a difference. So definitely get yourself a desire section in here. Then have a nice big repeat call to action, pop your sort of star rating under there, and of course the payment icons. Then you need to go down into a frequently asked questions section, guys. So you don't actually even have one in the footer, which is not great, because what that's likely mean is that if someone has a question, they'll do one or two things. So they'll either go away and try and Google it, in which case you've lost that sale anyway, Or, and I know it sounds silly, they're going to email you. And the chances are that you've already now put another hurdle in their way. And this is something that you could have addressed on the page. So always try and get your top 5 frequently asked questions on the page as well. And then go in with this big repeat call to action. So it's actually quite a funky page. I just think this looks a little bit busy. Obviously, you need that social proof and those payment icons, but really, really nice. And I can't wait to hear how you guys get on. So on to the final page. Lots of sales pages today, which is nice. So what's this? Some sort of water fountain. Okay. So guys, these sessions that we do are never about selling at all. It's literally about us kind of giving you content. The only thing that we do ask from you guys is that you give us your feedback. So the more you kind of engage with this, the more we're happy to do them. We really enjoy doing them. So please do let us know how you get on after these sessions. And of course, if you do need our help, then we're always here. You can just hit me up on Messenger, or it's landingpageguys.com. But this is first and foremost about giving some value on the content. So again, another great time, 1.76 on a Shopify page. Now, Shopify can be quite heavy just because of the way the apps are kind of loaded in. It can make it quite heavy, but you guys are all nailing it. So let's look at the final page. First thing to say, I love the color scheme. I love the green. It's absolutely gorgeous. Obviously, personal preference. It looks quite clean. It looks a little busy over here. But you've got some really cool elements here. So you've got some fantastic trust going across the bottom here. I think that's great. You've got your payment icons here, which is good. Personally, I think you'd be better off by putting them into the actual colors, because people instantly visually actually recognize it then, rather than having to search for even a moment. So think about switching that. Do change your call to action to sort of like grab mine now, or get mine now, or rush my order, just something more emotive, and pop yourselves an emoji on there as well, guys. So you need to get some social proof above the fold as well. So let's get your star rating for this water fountain out of however many happy fountain owners, and then get yourselves a testimonial above the fold as well. Now, one thing that isn't clear when you land is that this is for animals. And, you know, you might think it's really obvious, or they've come from an advert, so okay is obvious. But honestly, guys, you want to lay this out as simply as possible. So lead with the image that starts with the pet, and then go into your images of the product itself. So do make sure you lead with that. Also, increase this image size so that it's actually fitting in with your thumbnails as well, guys. What have we got up here? So we've got, okay, so we've got a testimonial here. That's cool. I would get an image to go with that because it's not too clear that it is one. So try and get yourself a little image there. Then you've got the description, which is the water fountain. I think you just need to reorder slightly, actually, because you've got a testimonial, which is fine. Then you've got your headline, and then you've kind of got your subheadline, and then some kind of content. I think I would go with your headline, then go into your subheadline, and move your pricing. So bring your pricing down underneath your benefits, but really good that you're doing the dollars, the striked out pricing, and you're telling them that they're saving 20% plus getting a free book. Try and give them monetary value if you can, guys. It always seems to increase it as well. Great that you've got the interest-free payment. That's always actually quite good for conversion these days, so that's cool. With your headline, again, it's an absolute description and it's not that engaging. I would think try and get yourself something more emotive. You know, it's going to be hydrate your pet with our Ohio water fountain, you know, or have a happy hydrated pet with this. So something more emotive here would be really beneficial for this, for sure. Then we go down, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4 little kind of benefits here. So silent pump for your fur babies. That's an absolute buzzword at the moment. I would bold that out. And guys, try and get yourself in here one more. So I don't think you need this block of text here, because this whole section is looking a little bit busy. This can go down into your content, but get yourself a 5th benefit. And the reason I say that, guys, is because we have loads of data that shows to us that odd numbers of benefits convert way better than even. So 3s and 5s in particular. 7 is kind of pushing it. But try and get yourself in that range of odd numbered benefits. So this is cool that you're giving us the different options, which is nice. And like I said, this is are all great. So really for you guys, it's on the hero, it's increasing the size of this image, leading with one of your pets, adding in an emotive term. I would move the pricing underneath the benefits and just adding in another benefit and probably moving this out altogether. Also, don't forget to switch out that color as well. So as we go down, you do this nice little section. These are all great, very internationally sort of recognized, clean, great. This is a fantastic image, absolutely brilliant. There's some really nice sort of icons here. And you've got, yeah, so did you know 1 in 3 pets? Again, you're sort of telling me about the problem, which is awesome. So this is a really nice, clean section. Again, really, really nice. Have you got, you don't. So again, I'm going to say it again, guys, I would get yourselves in a 1, 2, 3 section. So maybe in between here. Get in your 1, purchase your fountain. 2, we'll get it to you. You install it. 3, you're going to have a happy, healthy pet. So definitely think about breaking down this process for people and not giving them so much text when they first sort of lead into your page. But yeah, really, really nice content. Your imagery is absolutely immaculate in terms of quality. So that's really cool to see. I think I would have a repeat call to action by this point because we're getting some way down the page. So get another call to action. Underneath that call to action, make sure that you are getting in those payment icons and or the star rating as well. Then we go down, you're still giving me more kind of the content here. I think that's a testimonial as well. Yes, it is. So if you have testimonials dotted about the place, that's absolutely great, but try and get, you definitely need to get a full name or better still, get yourself an image of the person as well, because it makes it really evident and people just believe more when they see the image of the person that's given it as well. So here, obviously, it's more about the features. And again, you're still turning on the features. This is a comparison. Again, you know, get yourself another call to action in here because there's a lot of content without having call to actions. But this is looking all good. This is fine. And then we go down, you've got some imagery, which is great. Then we have, so you've got a section for customer reviews, but you don't have the reviews there, which is odd. So you have reviews dotted all over the place. So clearly you have them for this product, which is brilliant. What you need to do is pop them into that section where it says customer reviews. So you're following the principles beautifully. You've got some great imagery here. And this is clearly the imagery of cats using this product. So this is like killer for your sales, but you still need the written reviews to be here as well, guys. So loving that. Add in your reviews, then add in another call to action. Lovely to see you guys using an FAQ section. That's absolutely brilliant. And then as we head down, I'm just going to head to the bottom of the page. Okay, you head down into your mission. So so one thing I will say about this section is it's nice that you're trying to tell people about your mission. The only problem is that this isn't fitting on a scroll. It seems a little bit random to have nearly a scroll and a half on this one kind of image. So I think you could probably bring that down into a page break and get across your mission, and that would be fine. And then you would want to go down into a repeat call to action. So again, with the imagery of the water fountain, pulling out on those beautiful benefits that you guys already have, popping your call to action there with these colored payment icons, nice little testimonial, and of course the little star rating as well. So overall, this is a very nice page. Again, love it. You just need to add in a few bits and just watch this last section especially. And guys, you all need to add in a 1, 2, 3. For some reason, I haven't been able to show you one, but I'm sure there will be one on the next ones. So guys, we've actually come to the end. So thank you so much for listening. And don't forget, head on over to the lab if you're not already a member. And if you're in the lab, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, guys. Thanks ever so much and look forward to the next session.